Once upon a time in Arizona, a notorious bear lived on a mountain. Once a year, the bear would descend from its domain to kill livestock. Thereafter, for a while, it would never be seen again. The bear, known as Bigfoot, was considered a menace by the locals. An immediate death warrant was issued. Shortly afterwards, the bear walked into a wire-triggered shotgun. Thus, in 1936, the last Mexican grizzly of Arizona was killed. In North America, grizzly bears once ranged from Alaska down to Mexico. In the United States, they were found in New Mexico and Arizona. In Mexico, they inhabited the states of Baja, Sonora, and Chihuahua. In the 16th century, the initial Spanish explorers arrived. Some believe that Vasquez de Coronado first encountered Mexican grizzlies during his journey to find the 7 cities of gold, since grizzlies were plentiful back then. The Spanish conquistadors were the first Europeans to encounter the grizzlies. But it is not certain that Coronado was the first to see the bears, as it also may have been Alvar Nue de Vaca, who explored modern-day Texas and North Mexico between 1527 and 1536. For the Spanish conquistadors, who were used to smaller European brown bears, the bigger grizzlies must have been imposing. The Mexican Silver Grizzly, a subspecies of brown bear, was not vastly different from the northern grizzlies with regard to genetic makeup. Though relatively smaller, they had an ability to weigh up to 700 pounds. One of the largest mammals in Mexico, the Mexican grizzly had no need to hibernate like its northern cousins. Its fur was lighter and tipped with grey, hence the name, the Mexican Silver Grizzly. Supposedly, it had immense strength. There are sensational stories of how it killed large animals like bison. In Mexico, its habitat was restricted to the mountains and grasslands of the northern states. It was an omnivore, eating both plants and meat like most bears. It is also said that the Mexican grizzly had a special preference for ants. Though they generally stayed away from human settlements, hungry bears would sometimes kill and eat livestock like cows. Soon, this became a problem for farmers. As farmers and ranchers moved to the northern states of Mexico in the late 1600s, confrontations between humans and bears escalated. Farmers claimed that the bears were killing their livestock. Hence, there were many retaliatory killings. Gradually, grizzlies vanished from most states. Texas lost its last grizzly in 1890, Arizona in 1936, and Baja in 1899. By the 1930s, the surviving few dozen bears were restricted to the state of Chihuahua in Mexico. In the late 1950s, the last Mexican grizzly was shot and paraded through the streets of Chihuahua City. The dead bear was tied to a pickup truck and driven through a curious crowd. Even its carcass had an undeniable, majestic grace. Thus, the reign of Mexico's largest predator ended. Since then, there have been many unverified sightings of Mexican grizzlies. But by 1964, the Mexican grizzly was presumed to be extinct. However, in a paper published in 1980 by Charles Jonkel and Jose Trevino, they concluded that evidence is strong that grizzlies may persist in Mexico. Yet 2 years later, in 1982, the IUCN declared that the bear was extinct. Though their existence is now doubtful, the extirpation of such a creature may have left a void that's hard to fill.